This is Dr. Mark Krause, and I want to just give you a little information about the Wildewood Academy. The mission statement of Wildewood Christian Church is that we're a congregation committed to making disciples through evangelism and nurture. So the Wildewood Academy, as being a subset of the ministry of Wildewood Christian Church, has a similar but a little bit expanded mission statement. We say that the Wildewood Academy serves Wildewood Christian Church and the larger Christian community by offering adult education, training, and mentoring to develop competent, confident, and faithful leaders for service of the church. Our key verse is from Ephesians 4:12, where it says we are called to equip God's people for works of service, to build up the body of Christ. We think that's Paul's definition of what it means to make disciples. So the whole thing that we're doing here is highly involved in making disciples. So some clarifying questions. These might help you understand the nature of the program. Number one, what are the admission requirements for the Certificate of Ministry program? Now that's the main thing that we're doing. So we call a 2-year program after which you receive a Certificate of Ministry from the Wildewood Academy. So here are the admissions requirements. First, you have to be at least age 17, which means it is open to kind of senior in high school level people, especially if you're homeschooled, and we've had some people like that. You have to complete the application form, and this is done online, although I can supply a paper copy if you need. Have to have approval by the admissions committee, and we try to turn that around pretty quickly. We strongly suggest that you complete the 2 classes that Robin Ziegenfuss teaches here on Discover Wildewood class, and Membership Matters. And reason for that is he goes over material that we're going to assume that you have become familiar with about the nature of Wildewood Christian Church before you get to the Wildewood Academy courses. And just to remind you again, the online application is available at the wildewoodacademy.com website. So second question, what are the requirements to receive the Academy's Certificate of Ministry? Well, we offer what we call Wildewood Academy seminars, 3, sometimes 4 times a year. And these will be on a Friday night, Saturday morning. We try to give the dates way ahead of time. And they'll be on a special topic. We usually bring in outside speakers, sometimes from out of state, who have expertise. So we go 3 hours on Friday night, 3 hours on Saturday morning, and we've had really good response on those seminars. So you have to complete 6 of those in order to get the Certificate of Ministry. Second, everybody has to complete the 4 Bible theology courses, and I'll say what those are in a minute. And then depending on which track you want to go after, you have to complete 4 academy courses in that area. And we'll list those in a minute, but that would be either the church leader courses, those 4 courses, or the 4 lay counselor courses. So a third question, what is the design and kind of the sequence of the program? In other words, how does it work? Well, we meet on Thursday nights or Monday nights. Thursday night is the church leader night for the most part. Monday night is the lay counselor part. And we meet from 6 to 8 p.m., 2 hours. We start on time. We end on time. You know, this means we're starting a little bit early for some people who have to come directly from work. But we get done early enough that it doesn't blow your whole night. You can get home at a fairly decent hour. And classes use Canvas online. This is an internet product, Canvas, as a learning platform. Assignments are given and submitted through Canvas. It has sometimes video lectures and discussion threads. And I'll give you some examples of Canvas in a minute. So what's the cost of the program? Well, on paper, each course costs $150, and there are usually 8 courses if you're doing church leader, or you're doing lay counselor. So the total cost of the program over 2 years is theoretically $1,200. Now we give a lot of discounts. We give first class discount. We give a discount if you're a married couple. The second person only pays half. And last year we were in good shape money wise, and so I gave everybody a discount on the last class that they took. But in that, we pay for your books, your materials. We don't expect you to buy the books. We give them to you. The seminars you can attend at no cost if you're an Academy student. And we've charged up to $50 for those seminars when we have a real expensive one. So that's something you don't have to pay for, an added benefit. We have money available, have scholarship money available. If this is any kind of an issue, we want to be able to help you and make sure that you can take this class. And then what are the courses in the program? We talked about this a little bit already, but here you go. Both tracks, either lay counseling or church leader, have 4 Bible theology courses, and that would be Old Testament and New Testament survey, biblical interpretation, and Christian theology. Each of these are 8-week courses, and they're taken in sequence. You're taking them with your cohort, with your course, with your class. There's basically the same students in every class. So if lay counseling or church leader, you would take those during the 2-year period. If you're in the church leader track, this is a Thursday night track, we have kind of leadership courses. First one, personal evaluation and inventory, where we do a lot of evaluation of our persons, of who we are, and we do things like the StrengthsFinder inventory, we do the Enneagram, and I think we do 5 altogether in that, and get to know who we are and some basics of what it means to be in the academy. We do a class, the second class, on personal discipleship, where we go through a manual and we feel like we try to disciple everybody in the class and give them the skills to disciple other people. Then we do some leadership courses that we're kind of redoing, but leadership planning, what does it mean to be a leader in the church, and a number of things there. And then a broader view, the fourth one, the church and its ministries. The lay counselor track, we have a good textbook that we use, and we kind of go through it 1, 2, 3, 4, following its pattern. So we start in lay counseling with how do we establish the relationship, how do we deepen the relationship, how do we grow the relationship, make it more healthy, and then consolidating the relationship, which really involves some practicum and some one-on-one counseling that we feel that you should do, and that's the highest level. So what are the class expectations for each module? Well, you attend once a week, either Monday or Thursday. We have 2 hours, as we said. These are 8-week modules, 2 each fall, 2 each spring. So the yearly commitment is for 32 weeks of class. We don't have classes in the summer. We do weekly readings and an appropriate book. Sometimes we do other assignments. This is not a heavy reading course, usually 30, 40 pages a week, sometimes less, sometimes maybe a little bit more. But we supply the books and tell you what to be ready for class, the readings that you should do. And then a lot of times, especially in the Bible theology classes that I teach, I'll have 1 or 2 videos per week for you to watch, and those will be available through Canvas. These are like 15-minute videos that will cover material that I'm not really going to take time in class to cover, and I think students generally enjoy those videos. So for me, and not quite as much for the lay counseling classes, but for the Bible theology and the church leader classes, students do a weekly report on the reading and the watching that they do, reading in the book, watching videos. And basic class, just tell me what percentage you did you do it or not? Maybe one thing you learned from those assignments and one question that you have about the material. And we try to bring those questions to class and answer them there. And usually there's going to be one written assignment or maybe a report for each 8-week module. So we've talked quite a bit about Canvas. Canvas is this online platform for education. And it's basically, in my opinion, it's the biggest and maybe the best one in the world. It's very widely used. We're using a kind of scaled down version of Canvas. And if you've had online education before, it will be a little bit different. But I've taught online for a number of different schools, number of different platforms. I think Canvas is the best one out there by far. So when you sign up for the class, we'll enroll you in the Canvas course, and you get a way of accessing this online. Canvas also has a phone version. You can do this on your phone, and we're getting better at that. I still kind of recommend it's made for computers, but if you do it on your phone, you can do most of the assignments that way. So this is what your front page will look like. So if you go to, like if I'm going to click on one of the assignment pages, it would look something like this. So for session 1, here's what your assignment would be. We're reading in the book Core Christianity, and then 2 videos that we would have links, Why Am I a Christian, part 1 and part 2, 17 minutes, 13 minutes. So then I'm asking you for a couple of things there, and you submit those through Canvas. So you don't do written assignments. All of this is done electronically. We think part of the value of doing the Wildewood Academy is learning how to use Canvas. And if you've never done an online class, this is really an excellent way to understand how to do it. So those are some of the highlights of the Wildewood Academy. If you have any questions, you can go to our website, which we're constantly updating, or you can contact me directly. Thanks.